Yeah.
I think that's what they're talking
Yeah, it's better for you. Yeah, it's better for
Hi, I'm Buz Stewart. I'm from Brookings, and I've lived in Brookings in Oregon for too long. 50 years. So I've been here a while. When I came down here from Seattle, Tacoma area, I had worked in an engraving studio, and that was in photo engraving. They don't do that anymore. But I learned design and illustration from art school in Seattle. It was called the Burnley School of Art and Design. It is now the Design Center of Seattle. I think a design center, I think, something like that. It's got a different name anyway. Same place, different name. From there I went to Seattle and Tacoma and worked in the photo engraving studio. Did a lot of paper box designs, a lot of lettering, illustration, not much in the color line, but every month the art director would say, we had 3 artists in the studio, and he would say, this month each one of you is going to have to produce a piece of fine art rather than the commercial stuff that we were doing. So every month we'd come up with a painting or a drawing or something. I remember I did scratchboard one time. Anyway, when I moved down to Brookings, there wasn't much call for a commercial artist, or an artist at all, for that matter. But I started painting signs because I had a background of lettering, and I painted a lot of signs in Brookings and Crescent City over the years. Also, at that time, I started doing commercial work. I worked for the Crescent Harbor Pilot, which is now the Curry Coastal Pilot, by the way, and I did cartoons. I did the masthead for the paper. I did a lot of advertising, drawing. So, in 1992, I quit painting signs. I never did like them. But I did a lot of my sign painting here in Crescent City. I did a lot of the billboards. That's what I did. I climbed up ladders and painted billboards. It wasn't very satisfying. But during that time, I also created a lot of paintings and drawings, and so here I am. I do a lot of walking on the beach, and I've gotten so I take a little sketchbook with me. And I go pretty early in the morning. But they're just little things, that don't amount to anything. They're about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. They're not anything great, but they're just ideas. And some of them are a little more elaborate than others. You know, I'm sorry. But they're just little sketches. I keep forgetting about Sylvia.
You don't show it to us, don't you?
Yeah, right.
Don't start complaining.
That, I don't know what that is.
Will you trust us to pass that around the room?
I don't think so. I'm going to use one of these, I think. But I do those also. Maybe we'll get to the one I'm going to do.
What page are we on?
I don't know. There we are. It's kind of weak, but it's going to be stronger. Okay. Well, without further ado, I better start. I thought that maybe I would start with. I usually start with just painting, but I want to get some idea of where I am. So I'm going to just lightly sketch in some of the things that I want in the painting. Now I'll give you a little better idea of what I'm doing now, because I'm going to start with putting some color on paper, and it's just going to be outlines, just lines, to help maybe help me decide where I'm going to go with this. No idea of what I want to do, but from here on, I'll try to put a little more color on. I'm using a umber and ultramarine, and why I'm doing that is that I'm going to put a sky in that is maybe a little stormy, I hope.
You ordinarily paint vertical like that?
No, I don't. But I'm trying to learn.
Everybody's having to learn to paint vertically so they can.
Well, I've learned from Jay that you don't worry about those little drips that go down.
Funny, they go vertically too. I tried to paint horizontally, but I fell asleep in the process.
May I ask a question first? You know, wet it first or
No.
just put the color? Okay.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to
work
learn.
in lots of
Beginner.
different ways. Sometimes I'll wet the whole surface,
Okay.
and sometimes at least you get a general idea of where I'm trying to go on this thing. The
No,
Yeah, wait.
you added the green to
Beg
it.
pardon?
You added green.
Yeah, just a little bit of green, because I'm going to paint some waves in there. Right in here. And these are in the distance a little way. And I notice my hand is shaking too. That helps.
Right. Stewart, wave technique.
Beg pardon?
What weight paper are you working on?
300 pounds. This is, generally, I work with 300 pound or 140 pound out on location. I usually use 140 pound, but yeah, gotta stop that and go somewhere else. I don't like to work in one area. I like to work all over. Don't like to have anything finished.
Now, what did you use that time?
I'm just putting some color on this rock, and I
understand.
really don't care what color it is.
Oh, you don't care what color.
But I figure that probably a little bit of light's coming from that side, so I'll make this maybe a little bit lighter. And just an indication of what might be going on in there. I mess up my palette something terrible. You know, sometimes it I have to stop and clean it off because it's so much mud in it, and I'm real good at mud. Collage, you know, and it's a watercolor and collage. If you look close, you can see the little rice paper collage.
Oh, it's not just strictly watercolor, huh? Beautiful.
Now there's another rock there. Something. There it is. Am I sure that's what I want? Yeah, I think so. Now, The water, you know, when you look at it, it changes so much, you know, it's just from green to blue to violet to lots of colors. And a little bright, isn't it? Again, see, I'm having trouble talking.
Two brushes on each hand.
Yeah, pretty soon I'll have 3 or 4.
One now. Stand to the side for just a minute so we see this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, everybody.
When they ask you to stand in front of it, Buzz, that's when you know you're in trouble.
I like how he's getting the dark from the water.
What you busy watching?
What size is your flat brush that you started off with? Is that about
3/4.
I don't know.
About a 3/4, I think.
Yeah, that's a 1 inch and that's a 3/4. lots of things happen in the waves, and so you can just about do anything with the brush, and it'll come out waves.
That's why you're telling us in advance.
I always thought this was tough.
Yeah, right, me too.
They made it so easy.
Oh,
That's
and
better.
little sketch.
I'm not following that at all.
He's a little sketch called him.
Bring that.
It's the same answer?
You always do a thumbnail sketch first? When you work on it?
No, I don't always work from a sketch. Sometimes I just start out, and there, and it happens.
Do you advise person starting to start out with a sketch?
Beg pardon?
Person that's starting to watercolor, would they start with a sketch?
I should think so. Yeah.
This way?
Yeah, I think drawing is always important. We look at people like Picasso or Van Gogh, and we look at the paintings and we say, gee, that person just doesn't have any drawing at all, just kind of rough stuff. But Picasso and Van Gogh were one of the finest craftsmen in their time. And we've learned that that drawing doesn't take away creativity at all. It adds to it, because the more we know, the more creative we can be. Jay went to art school, and one of the early things he learned was drawing, figures, anatomy, all these things that are important to learn to draw carefully and correctly. So, and and I know you've seen Jay's paintings, the creativity is there.
I was hoping I could figure out where he was going to go with that.
How much did you pay them for that? Little advertising.
Nothing like having a free ad, huh?
Well,
So that's good.
well, Jay is a special friend, and I admire what he does more than I admire what I do.
Likewise, I'm sure. I might add that painting is merely an extension of drawing, and by that very fact, you should start with the drawing concept, and then continue into painting with it, whether it's from a sketch transferred to a drawing, or from a sketch and on the same paper and completed as a painting. It all is one and the same.
What if you can't draw that well? Then what do you do?
You practice.
Practice.
It's like, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, man, practice.
I need a locked in.
You probably all heard that. Asking, did somebody asked the hippie directions to how to get to Carnegie Hall, and he said, practice,
Well, it's slowly taking shape. It's not really what I thought I would come up with. I had lots of glorious ideas.
Artist
But
blessing.
we'll keep working, you know. Maybe it'll come out, you know. Maybe it'll. I like to do rocks because they you can make lots of shadow light areas, and you don't have to be too careful. The drawing is there, but it's not careful. To tone down some of this bright green here. It's a little bit bright. How do you tone down green?
Red.
Add its complement. Right.
Don't whisper, talk out loud.
Well, I'm trying to put a little foam in there, but I think my problem is it's a little too big. I'm used to working small, of course.
Is that a half sheet?
That's a half sheet, right.
See now when it's flashing up.
Do you ever mask off your whites before you begin?
Not on the watercolor. Not on the seascape. I do lots of masking and some other things. I don't think there's any masking. There might have been on this one, just a little.
Are your trees up there straight watercolor, or are they a little bit of collage, or are they straight watercolor? Your trees?
Yeah, trees have a
That's straight watercolor, yes.
straight watercolor. That's beautiful.
That's a tree that was is down by the Brookings sewer plant. It's a great big spruce, and it's been there for years and years and years. And just lately, they cut off this limb.
Oh.
They left the tree. They're developing the whole property, so that's the only tree that they have left.
It was just in the way.
Yeah, might be a dime.
Well, fertilized.
Well, there.
Do you ever take pictures of it and then draw from the pictures, paint from the pictures, or do you always do sketches?
I sometimes work from photographs. Fact is, I toyed with the idea of doing photographs or sketches. And well, my photographs are never very good.
I apologize about asking the questions, but I'm trying to learn.
It's okay.
Okay.
Ask all you want.
Those are good questions for video, too.
Sylvia wants to ask lots of people to ask questions.
Yes.
What do you like best, to paint from a sketch or to paint from a picture?
I'm also a little hard here.
Okay. What do you like best, paint from a picture or paint from a sketch?
I would rather paint from a sketch, yeah. It has more, or better still, I'd rather go out there and paint on location. The weather like today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any favorite beaches you like to go to for the sea, for doing your sketches?
Lone Ranch is nice.
The wind doesn't blow you away? Paper?
We go on very quiet days. Ship Shore is good. We painted in Smith River, Fort Dick, lots of different places.
The road out there by Dalton and Watts goes out to the beach in the little Mexican community.
Yeah.
That's an interesting place.
Yes, it is.
That's where the cows threaten to eat up Bruce's pastels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he took a lunch break and he went back and the cows are all around his work out there.
Yeah, we were painting there. We were doing pastels, by the way. And he was down over the hill. I couldn't see him. And as we were working and it got to be noontime, well, I signaled him and so he came up. And we were working in the field, and there was barns around. And so he came up and we had lunch, and afterward he went down there and I heard him holler and cows. I ran over there and the cows were kind of running away, and they had taken his pastel and actually chewed it.
Oh,
So they were curious to what was going on. He got a little discouraged that day.
Yeah, just wanted to taste.
It's a new concept to art critics, huh?
Well, I was doing watercolor, and they didn't even come close to me, and I felt left out.
The one they ate was that watercolor?
No, pastels.
Pastel, oh, see, that's better.
It smells better, must. The smell.
It's probably painting grass.
Well, that says something if he was trying to paint realism. He made it.
Yeah, but they ate the pastel. That tells me something.
He wasn't going for the picture.
Oh, it was tasty.
When you go out on vacation, do you take this paint here, same kind of paints?
Mhm.
This is supposed to be another rock, by the way. But you kind of get the feeling of what's happening now, don't you? I do.
All you need is a cowl now.
Beg pardon?
All you need is a cowl now.
Yeah, right.
You taste it.
Well, you can go by Castle Walk, and across there they have the cows pasture. Castle Walk.
Yeah. Talk about the stories. It was out at Myers Creek, you know where Myers Creek is, north of Brookings, Pistol River north. We were birding one day there in, at high tide. There's always a lot of black turnstone and surf birds on this one rock. And so we had scope, and we were scoping this rock because all those birds come in at high tide and sit on the face of that rock. But we changed the scope, and we're looking south from there a little bit, and one of those big rocks, big rocks like this, only maybe flatter. And right up in the flat spot was a deer.
Oh my gosh.
And we wondered how in the world did he get up there in that rock. And it must have, well, he had to go at low tide, of course. But I've never found the answer to what he was doing up there.
Deer go to the salt water to get rid of their fleas.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Say that again?
who said that?
It's a natural way for them to get rid of their fleas, is to go get in the salt water.
Learn something every day, don't you?
I can understand how to kill them.
Another,
No such thing as an instant watercolor. You construct it.
The first time you're going to a demonstration is what
you can see that the waves have hit the rock, and they show, you see part of the rock in the wave.
Mm-hmm. That's fun.
Is that the wind?
Now we can add a little bit more to the waves on the horizon that are dark.
Mm. Give him the big head. You have to live with him.
They treat him like you treat me then.
Oh, God. You're getting it, aren't you?
See the abuse I have to take?
Men are always abused. Husbands, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on my 59th year.
Well, what you say 59? Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to exaggerate this just a little bit, but as the waves come into the beach, they're picking up sand, and so it turns a little bit brown.
Also, it warms the area up a little.
Yeah.
The cool color and the
Helps.
warm cast in it now is making it vibrate a little.
I'm glad you said that, Jay.
Well, no extra charge. You lecture the same way I do, Buzz. I forget to say all these things. Maybe we're on to something here.
Maybe we could get in collusion, maybe. Yeah.
Do like the
Work
guys
together.
advertising tape Subway.
I'll work on the top and you work on the bottom.
Right.
I can almost feel that storm.
Yeah.
Hear it, too.
I shut the door. They're coming in the window.
Well, when you get to this stage, you can just keep going, you know, long time. Just keep going, and next week we could still be working on this.
Looks pretty good to me, you know.
Same time next Thursday?
Yeah.
Well, I like the way it's developed.
Like the what?
I like the way that it's developing.
Yeah,
I
well.
know I like the
yeah.
finished one.
Not what I had in mind at all, but, you know.
The joy of being an artist.
Yeah.
Should we add that Buz's wife has a beautiful gallery in Brookings? Has that been mentioned?
Yeah.
Words and
I'm
pictures?
glad you mentioned that. That's about something else.
Oh, okay.
Next, a week from Saturday, my wife is having a invitational flower show. 15 artists in the subject of flowers. Jay and I are going to have a painting in there. Liz James will have a painting. Who else? People I can't remember.
And that's a week from this coming Saturday.
A week from this Saturday.
From this Saturday.
April
Yeah.
5th, isn't it?
Yeah, April
5th, I think.
5th.
2003.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even,
Words and pictures and
Buzz,
Yes.
where is it located?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
407 Oak Street. Come up into Brookings and to the stoplight on top of the hill and turn left, and it's right there, right behind the pilot building.
behind the plant.
Words and pictures.
Words and pictures. She sells books too.
Okay. A bookstore and a gallery.
Do you rotate the pictures in the gallery?
Not as often as it should, but we try once
Is
every.
that big pelican picture watercolor of yours still in the gallery? Because that alone is
Yeah,
worth the
yeah,
trip. Oh,
it's in the bookstore, by the way,
It's
hanging on the book.
good store. Yeah. Beautiful picture.
Yeah, and there's also another pelican painting in the gallery itself.
There's the best ones in my living room.
Yeah.
Realize what a game has?
Is that the one with the sunset?
No,
Sunset and
no,
four
no,
pelicans just slowly cruising by?
no. It's
So you've done a lot of good pelicans then.
yeah.
Well, birds are your specialty, sort of, aren't they? Since
I'm
you're
a birder.
Yeah.
Ask me any questions about birds and I'll
That's why we call him Buzzard.
okay.
True friend.
We have a buzzard, a jaybird, a redbird.
Redbird.
Liz is lizard.
My husband.
Are you still part of the plein air painters that go out in the field?
We used to be. Now that the weather's changing, we'll be back to it again.
Yes, we will.
So that's kind of a summertime thing?
Well, then, yes, we're forced into it. We really don't. Well, we could go paint out in the rain.
Yeah.
We went.
We went last month. We went to Lone Ranch last month.
Yeah. Early January we were down there.
January,
Nice
okay.
day.
And there
One
were-
nice day that month we went out.
Yeah. We're looking for the gal that went with us, Red.
Oh, she just went over there.
Red.
You can some very different birds in our yard. My husband feeds them, and so we live on Kings Valley Road here in Crescent City, and so we have quite a collection of birds. Some of
Scrub jay in my yard was building a nest, and every day I see him come, her, I guess. Come with sticks.
The credit for the nest. You're that way.
With sticks, and he's flying into my rhododendron, and she's gonna build a nest in there.
Is it good to have feeders out because they say then they don't migrate? They just stick around like the hummingbirds and all that. They don't leave and it gets too cold for them.
The hummingbirds,
Yeah, they stay around all year.
yes, they do. But there we have three kinds of hummingbirds. We have the anise that comes in the winter time, and they get into your hummingbird feeder in the winter time. Just about this time of the year, well, the Allen's hummingbird comes, and also the rufous hummingbird. Okay, that's the three kinds we have. Now, when the Allens come, the annas go up high. They're higher elevation. So, all three are here all year long.
Is that too cold? Yes. You just open the door, but you're too hot down there. Okay, so it's there, it's going.
It freshes nicely.
That was cooler out there.
Yeah, really, that's quite cool.
I thought we weren't go there.
Remember that next month at the same time, a fellow.
I couldn't have surgery in my picture.
Yeah, you do. No, I don't think you'll make that one.
Like that.
Well, it's just a little bit of shading on the waves itself. Make it a little bit.
What color is that?
That's cobalt blue, and I mixed a little bit of alizarin crimson, just to take the edge off.
How long have you actually been doing watercolors?
About an hour.
I
Oh, you mean before?
I'm sorry.
Anyway, I started.
Sorry.
I started watercolor when I was in school in Seattle.
No, he doesn't want to tell you how old he is.
No, I didn't
don't-
need to know that.
I'm not going to tell you the date. Time to vote.
Most of your adult life.